Well, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. We are very excited for you all to join us today. We hope you were enjoying some much needed relaxation with jazz music. Can't go wrong with that. Let's go ahead and get started. So, welcome to our webinar this afternoon. What can the Say What website do for you? We hope you and your loved ones have all been well as we navigate this new but temporary norm. I am your host and presenter, Kathleen Bates. A little bit about myself. I'm the program manager for the Tobacco Youth Prevention Program, which houses the Say What program, and we're located at the Texas School Safety Center at Texas State University in San Marcos. So before we get started, a little housekeeping for everyone. We kindly ask that you remain muted during the webinar. As you have questions, you can type them into the chat box and they will be answered, but also there'll be time at the very end for some Q&A. Lastly, access to the recorded version of the webinar will be available through the Say What website, so you will also receive an email notification of when that recording is available. So the objective of our webinar today is really to show you how you can best utilize the vast amount of resources the Say What website offers by walking you through various web pages and discussing ideas on how you can incorporate youth tobacco prevention and whatever it is that you're doing. Perhaps you're a sponsor for a youth group or a youth member looking to take your group's efforts to the next level, or you're a school personnel like a teacher, principal, or counselor looking for ideas to include in lesson plans or how to create a vape-free and tobacco-free campus. No matter your role, the Say What website and the program itself offers several opportunities to include tobacco prevention in anything that you do. So let's get started. Now, bear with me while I stop sharing this particular slide, and we're going to switch over to the website. Alrighty, so I'm on our home page. I won't spend too much time on here. I really just want to show it because it is our home page. That jumped a little bit. Okay. So our homepage really does connect you to quite a few other web pages within our website. There's a lot of information. It is very detailed. There's a variety of videos and whatnot on this particular web page. So when everything is said and done, I highly encourage you to come back to this web page and to really read things in detail. But what I am going to share with you today is essentially what this web page is talking about. It's going to connect you to the variety of resources that we have on our actual website. So let's jump on over to the About page. So this particular page is going to provide a lot of in-depth information about the Say What program. So if you're new to the program and you don't know too much about it, this would be a great starting point to read a lot of information. I am going to provide a little bit of an overview for you, though. Before we get started, we do have a quick promo video, just because we have a variety of educational videos and we love our videos and I love to show them off. So this is just one of the ones that we'll watch. All right. So in 2011, hundreds of Texas youth came together at this statewide conference, and that's when they named the state's Youth Tobacco Prevention Initiative Say What. And as you saw in the video, that stands for Students, Adults, and Youth Working Hard Against Tobacco. And so this initiative was created by youth for youth. And to this day, it is the main component in everything that we do. And you'll really see that as we go through through the different web pages and how we talk about the different programs that we have and that we offer. We are funded by the Texas Department of State Health Services to develop and maintain not only the youth advocacy movement for the state, but also to expand and maintain an online presence. And that presence includes the ability for youth groups across the state to stay connected and learn from each other, as well as a variety of online resources and downloadable materials. And we'll go through everything and we'll show you how through this website we're able to maintain that youth connection, because Texas is a very big state, as we all know, and we've got to be able to have that strong online movement. And so we're going to be able to show you how we do that through this web page, through these web pages. So here we can also have access to our teen ambassadors, which is our youth advisory board, if you ever need to contact us, and then our members. And I'm really proud to show off this particular web page. Our Say What members have done so much, not just educating their fellow peers and community members about the harms of tobacco use, but they really are leading the way, and they really are leading the tobacco prevention initiative for this state. This particular page is where we like to highlight the amazing tobacco prevention work that's being done across the state. And these youth are truly leading the way in creating a tobacco-free and nicotine-free generation. And not only have they had the key role in educating over 1 million Texans, but they've spent years fine-tuning their advocacy skills and projects to impact tobacco prevention policy at the local and the state level. Say What youth groups are one of the reasons why Tobacco 21 passed in Texas before it passed nationwide. Hundreds of Say What youth advocates and their sponsors educated school and community members about the importance of passing Tobacco 21, as well as wrote to or visited with their senators and representatives about the importance of youth tobacco prevention and Tobacco 21. So, numerous youth groups and members have received state or national recognition for their efforts impacting tobacco prevention policy, their school, and their community. In this section that I've landed on right here, state awards, these are the awards that we like to give out at our conference each year. We like to highlight the various members, whether they be adults or youth, and the different youth groups and all the hard work that they have done and what they've been doing. And if you are a youth member or youth group watching on this webinar, I just want to point out right here, we have our 2020 Say What nominations. So you can submit a nomination for an individual or a group, and they will be highlighted at the conference this year in July. Down here, this section of our page, we have our national awards. We like to highlight our members and groups that have received national recognition, first being Kellen Crook. He was a teen ambassador for us, but now that he's in college, he's a consultant for the Teen Ambassadors. He received a 2019 Youth Advocate of the Year award from the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. We have another youth advocate, Youth Say What member, Alex Sanchez. When he was in high school, he was accepted into the Truth Initiative's Youth Activism Fellowship Program. He's from East Texas. He went to school at Diboll High School, a part of a local Tobacco Prevention and Control Coalition, so shout out to Angelina, TPCC. Recently, Alex got to go to Washington, D.C., and he got to speak with the First Lady and talk about his experiences around the issues of vaping among youth. And then for the first time, and for the long history of a lot of our members receiving national recognition, we finally had a Say What youth group receive national recognition, and we're very proud of the Vikings Kicking Out Tobacco. So if Miss PBJ or VCOT is on, shout out to you from Bryan High School for all the hard work that you're doing and receiving the 2019 Youth Advocate of the Year award from the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. So, our members have accomplished quite a bit. We're very proud of the work that they've done. They really are achieving a Texas-sized youth movement, whether it be passing smoke-free ordinances or smoke-free parks. Unidad TPCC down in the valley held a vigil for all those who lost their life due to tobacco-related diseases. Ingleside SAD, a high school group from Ingleside High School, they did quite a few rallies trying to engage the community in the importance of having, tobacco-free, smoke-free restaurants and even bars. So we really do like to highlight all of the hard work that they have done, and we're very, very proud of them. So let's move on to our resources page. Alrighty. Now we know there's so much information available about tobacco prevention, like health effects, environmental consequences, tobacco marketing tactics and practices, emerging products. It really can be difficult to know where to start. So we've designed a central location to find whatever information it is that you may be looking for. We have items like educational videos that can be incorporated into classroom lessons, or if you're giving a presentation. We have free online trainings that are geared towards youth and adults. We also have a variety of downloadable resources and free, easy-to-use projects in a box. We've also created easy access to connect you to several state and national organizations that are working on youth tobacco prevention as well. So the first resource I want to take you through are our downloadable resources. And so as you can see, we've got PowerPoint presentations available, some educational handouts, a tobacco-free school signage kit, some guides, templates, or tip sheets, and tutorials that are available for you all to download. Everything is completely free. So I will say that whether school is being held in person or virtually, several of our resources make a great addition to a class lesson or even a youth group meeting. But now more than ever, since a lot of us are at home, there's a lot of wonderful benefit in our downloadable resources. So our Say What PowerPoints, they were designed to be delivered by youth. Now, they can be facilitated by adults, but the target audience is for middle and high school age students. And each PowerPoint includes slides, presenter notes, and a facilitator guide. They were created by our teen ambassadors, consultants, with a lot of input from staff. And so these educational resources, these presentations, really were created by youth for youth. But again, like I said, an adult can facilitate them as well. It's very easy to request. The process is very simple. All you have to do is click this request button, and let's try it out and see. There we go. So there's the presentation request form. You just fill out that information right there, hit submit, and you get instant access to the presentations that you were wanting to have access to. Very easy. All we ask is that you come back, you click this button right here to report it, fill out this reporting form, hit submit, and then you're done. Alrighty. This section right here, we have our educational handouts. And so these handouts can also serve as supporting materials if you were to use a downloadable presentation. It's a lot of great information to help with a school project, or it can be printed and placed in a variety of common areas within a school setting. We also created some fun worksheets right over here, these tobacco-free worksheets. And I'm going to click on here just to show you where it takes you. These fun worksheets, we've done like word searches, word cross puzzles, some like fill in the blank to test your knowledge kind of worksheets. They're really great for incorporating into lesson plans, maybe serve as extra credit if you're a teacher, or really just a fun activity that you can do during the next youth group meeting. And if your next youth group meeting is going to be virtual, perhaps through Zoom, you can try and use one of these fun worksheets as a way to kind of, break up the boredom, I guess, maybe that some of us are experiencing at home. Here we've got our tobacco-free school signage kit. This downloadable signage kit includes templates for posters. You can see over here in this image on the right, we've got posters, window clings, a variety of educational resources to hand out, as well as a guide on how to best implement this particular signage kit. And all you have to do is click this button right here, and it's going to take you to where you can access the guide as well as all of the signage templates. So if you have a budget, whether you're a school or you're based working in the community, if you have a budget in order to get these items printed, you can get them printed at FedEx, and you can get them set up for whichever school. Last section on this page are guides and tip sheets and tutorials. We wanted to create like a fun section of the web page that included a variety of DIY projects. So at the bottom, we've got, DIY tar jar or phlegm jar, which could be a great addition to a science class. If you're wanting to see the gross effects of using cigarettes, it's a great visual to see how nasty cigarettes can be. Also, we've got a tobacco prevention activities guide. So if you're a sponsor, a teacher, or if you are a youth group and you're going to be doing some like a presentation, or you want to do some fun activities, we have this guide right here. Oh, yes, thank you. Jennifer's just showed me, this is what the this is the phlegm jar, and then this is the tar jar. And this stuff is so gross, but oh my gosh, it makes a fantastic visual. And it's DIY. All the materials, you can just go to Walmart or HEB and you can just put them together, and it would cost a couple of dollars compared to maybe spending $50, $60, $70 at like a business that actually makes those. So thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate you bringing that to me. They're really great visual. In addition, we have the Tobacco Prevention Activities Guide. So if you're looking for different activities that convey the harmful effects of tobacco use, this particular guide is really great. Every activity we included, we tried to come up with activities that really going to get the point across that tobacco, whether it be e-cigarettes or chewing tobacco, is going to affect your body no matter what. And then over here, we have the Say What Facilitation Guide. And so if you're looking to enhance your facilitation skills, this is going to be very helpful, whether it be giving a presentation or leading an activity. It's going to walk you through the process of how to conduct the activity, how to debrief the activity, how to ask questions, so that your whole goal, the main purpose of the activity, got across clearly with your audience. So some great resources for you guys right there on that page. Alrighty, now we're on our online trainings. So we have two types of online trainings that include webinars and training modules, but each type of training discusses a variety of tobacco prevention topics, such as new and emerging tobacco products, the history of tobacco prevention in Texas, but also some advocacy and leadership topics like creating a youth-adult partnership and how that can be incredibly beneficial to all of the work that you do. And just like our downloadable resources, these online trainings can be implemented whether we are or we aren't working from home or schooling from home. They can be included as assignments, a part of lesson plans, a school project, extra credit, professional development for the adults in the audience. And so this section right here is where we house our training modules. Alrighty. So training modules take about 2 hours to complete, and they're video-based. Currently, we do have one available, this one right here, the history of tobacco prevention in Texas. But several more are in the production phase that will be available for the 2021 school year. Now, these training modules, they're great for everyone, whether you're a parent, a teacher, a school administrator, or you're working within your community. They're especially great for youth and youth groups that are looking to expand their knowledge and skill set as a youth tobacco prevention advocate. And I'm going to play a trailer, a teaser, just so you have an idea of what is to be expected in our training modules.
Now, you got to go back 39 years, 40 years. 50% of the population smoked. In 1982, a lawsuit was filed for the first time ever. Cigarette smoking is addictive.
Tobacco kills more than AIDS, crack, heroin, cocaine, alcohol, car accidents, fire, murder, and suicide combined.
We were just starting to hear, for the first time ever, about the manipulative tactics of the tobacco industry.
Lying to the public, deceiving, false advertising to kids.
Because at that time, no one thought they had a chance against the tobacco industry.
It was a very monumental piece of legislation.
It was the single largest legal settlement in legal history. Texas was groundbreaking in working with CDC.
We came out of that conference and said, okay, that's our youth movement. It's gone from just basic education and awareness to actually making change in their community.
We started getting all the results in, and we're seeing these massive drops in tobacco use, and we're like, we did that.
They would have to shut down the doors of treatment centers because a youth bought tobacco. That's how heavy a penalty it was.
Same thing that they did with tobacco and a cigarette, but now with Juul, it's more appealing for the young person who's technology savvy.
And that's what we have in Texas, is a group of young leaders who have a passion about making sure that their generation is tobacco and nicotine free, and that they will be leaving it healthier than when they started.
Now, you got to go back 39 years, 40 years.
Okay, so as you can see, our training modules are designed to really light a fire within a viewer and create passion and this sense of urgent action that is needed to help everyone in Texas create the first tobacco-free and nicotine-free generation. They are engaging, educational, eye-opening. I mean, I promise that you will not be bored at all. I did see that we had a question asking about our videos. We have a YouTube channel, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we talk about our social media. But all of our videos are available for you to access on our YouTube channel. You just need to go to YouTube and search TX Say What. So I'm going to show you how you can access our training modules, this big old button that says Start a Training Module. And it's going to take you to kind of a main landing page where all of our training modules will be stored, and you can access further by clicking the appropriate buttons. But each module has worksheets to help you follow along or plan a project based off of the module topic. It also provides a certificate of completion. So, I highly encourage you to complete the History of Tobacco Prevention in Texas module. I promise you won't be disappointed. I promise you are going to learn something that you never thought that could be possible. Thinking about the deceitful, manipulative tactics of the tobacco industry. You will not be disappointed at all. And so again, you can see why this would make maybe great extra credit, if you were a teacher. Okay, and so here underneath is our webinar section. And so, webinars are typical webinars. They're typical instructional learning tools for professional development, but that doesn't mean that youth cannot participate or view previous webinars. And so this is actually where the recording for this webinar will be placed. We'll be right here in this section under previous webinars, and you can see all the ones that we've done in the past. Go back to our resources page. And let's look at some of the state resources that we will connect you guys with. Oh, sorry, this page jumps a little bit. Alrighty, so our state resources page is going to connect you with several Texas organizations who are dedicated to tobacco prevention as well. One particular I do want to point out is right here in the middle is Catch My Breath. They have a free e-cigarette prevention curriculum that's available. Again, it is free, and it's available for middle and high school students. It was created by the Catch Global Foundation. And Catch also offers several service learning projects that are really great if you're looking for something extra for any youth group to get involved. And when the service learning project is completed, it can actually be submitted for an opportunity to receive college scholarships. So you definitely want to take advantage of that opportunity. And again, all you have to do is simply click. I don't want to click because it will take me to their website, but all you have to do is click and it will take you right there. We have several other organizations to connect you guys with. You can see we have MD Anderson Cancer Center. They have their End Tobacco program that focuses on smoke-free and tobacco-free policies, cessation resources, prevention. Also up here at the top, of course, we have the Texas Department of State Health Services. This is a wonderful resource to connect you all with, not just with tobacco prevention, but it will keep you up to date on everything going on, so even COVID-19 related, and how it relates to tobacco use. They've got several sites that discuss facts, different trends, everything associated with the dangers of e-cigarettes. And what's also great is that because they're the Texas Department of State Health Services, they have data specific to Texas youth. So if you're looking for that information, I do suggest that you visit this particular website this particular web page on our website and click right there to join or to access that information. Next, we'll visit national resources. So this page is going to connect you with a variety of national organizations like the CDC, FDA, American Heart or American Lung, Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids. There's all kinds of national organizations that we have listed on this web page to connect you with. Parents Against Vaping E-Cigarettes, if you're a parent or if you're a teacher or perhaps if you're a principal and you're looking for resources specific to parents, this is a fantastic resource right here. Public Health Law Center, Mitchell Hamline School of Law. If you're looking to update your tobacco-free campus policy to include e-cigarettes, and I hope everybody is, this is a really great tool that you can use. They've got wonderful templates that kind of help walk you through how to create and how to update your school policy. There's all kinds of things. Truth Initiative, that's another really great organization to connect you with. So definitely come back and take a look at all of these organizations in more detail when you have the opportunity. And one last thing is I do want to point out Stanford Medicine because they also offer a free curriculum that's available for middle and high schools as well. This curriculum provides more than just e-cigarette information. It discusses a variety of tobacco prevention topics, including pretty much all tobacco products and e-cigarettes. So 2 great resources for you all if you are in the school setting. Alrighty, our mini grant kits are hot commodities. There are projects in a box. So these particular resources have been designed for youth groups to implement in a school or community setting, and they focus on advocacy work, maybe doing educational work, focusing on the environment, encouraging people to live healthy lifestyles. We do have 2 mini grant kits that are available for request, and they are completely free. That's the wonderful generosity of being funded, by the Department of State Health Services, is that we get to provide all these resources completely for free. So we have the Tobacco Facts Kit, which focuses on all different types of tobacco products. And then we also have the Vaping Prevention Kit. So if you are looking for, oh, and I see that we have that labeled backwards. Oh, well. But here we go. We look at these pictures down here. We've got the Vape Prevention Kit on the left with all kinds of information and all kinds of different fun and engaging resources that are very attractive to youth, but also attractive to just adults, people in general. And then the Tobacco Facts image on the right comes with a variety of resources needed when you're trying to educate just about general tobacco facts. And it's very easy to request. You just request this button. But what I will say is that you must be a registered Say What youth group. And I'll show you where you can do that. But this button right here where it says login, that's where you can join and create a youth group. And again, I'll show that to you in a little bit. We also have digital kits. So we have some that are physical, most that are physical kits, but then we also have created several digital kits. And so one being the photo booth kit and one being the Escape the Vape kit. And these are a lot of fun. They're really great additional supportive materials if you're doing a project, a big project or an event, and you want to have a photo booth. You can download all the resources you need to have, tobacco-free photo booth. We also have, the Escape the Vape kit, which is really great around Halloween time. If you're doing a big school get-together for the month of October or for Halloween, you want to do an escape room challenge, which is all about escaping the vape or escaping the big tobacco. There's a lot of fun with these 2 downloadable kits. Now, when our kits are depleted, they become download only, and you can access through this button right here, previous kits. And there's all kinds of previous kits that we have done in the past that you can download, and that if you have a budget for it, you can get printed for t-shirts or printed for posters, things of that nature. Okay. So I've jumped over to our Speak Up page, and I'm very excited to share this webpage with you all because we are finally debuting it, and we're debuting it with you today, and I'm very happy and excited about that. So this page was designed to provide all the tools, resources, and information that's needed to help use your tobacco-free voice. Now, we recognize that there are several activities or items that can be done not only to promote youth groups' tobacco prevention efforts in their school or community, but also to increase awareness and educate the public about the dangers of tobacco use or vaping. So we designed a central location to access everything that's needed to speak up through social media, broadcasting in print, as well as with elected officials. So on this page, you're going to find guides, templates, workbooks, tip sheets, all the things that you need to help propel the youth tobacco prevention voice. And these resources aren't just meant for youth, they're meant for adults as well. They can be incorporated into classroom settings, whether it be an English class or a government class or journalism or videography. This page really can be utilized in a variety of creative ways. And I'm going to walk you through some of those ideas and some of those ways you can get creative. So this first section is social media. You can follow us on social media. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, and I'm super excited that we have TikTok. If you don't have TikTok, you should just get it and follow us. It's great. But also you can see coming soon, we have downloadable templates and filters. So, if you want to change your icon on Facebook or anything like that, we will have a lot of downloadable templates available soon. So, in the social media section, it's designed to help you or your youth group create, maintain, and evolve social media networks with templates, vlogging ideas, workbooks. You'll see here we have an activity section right here. And this section provides guides and workbooks to help create a social media campaign. So perhaps you are a youth group who wants to create a campaign that promotes living a vape-free life, or your school personnel who wants to create an informative campaign about the school's tobacco-free campus policy. These resources are going to help you plan along the way. And all you do is just click on whichever it is that you want to download, and there you go. You can download and save it. You can download and print it. It's up to you, but everything has been made easily available. Over here, we have our tobacco-free vlogs. So you could also create a tobacco-free vlog. You can utilize YouTube or Instagram story and share your thoughts and opinions about, vaping or the tobacco industry. Our Say What Teen ambassadors have their own vlogs as well. So I highly encourage you to visit our YouTube channel. You could just click this button right here and it will take you to our YouTube channel. And you can watch all of the different vlogs that our teen ambassadors have put together for you. Or you can download the guide and you can learn how to start your own tobacco-free vlog. So this section is all about broadcasting in print, meaning morning announcements or how to work with media. So we've created a tip sheet on how to work with and create relationships with your local media, guides on how to write and submit press releases or advisories to your local media, as well as guides on working with the local radio station. So here at the top for the school, if you would like to do something in your school, we've got several morning announcements. This morning announcement guide will walk you through, what's the point of morning announcements? What are some tips, some good instructions, and then several examples that you can use if you'd like to use these particular morning announcements, or you can model them after whatever you see in front of you. Here's the community section. So we've got, the interview tip sheet, media interview tip sheet. And we've consulted with a lot of our Say What members that have done a lot of work with their media, whether it be specific youth groups or teen ambassadors who've been able to be interviewed by the media quite a bit. And they were able to collect and kind of write down some great tips on some things that maybe you would not think of needing to know if you're going to try and have an interview with a media. So this media interview tip sheet is a great resource if you're looking to build that relationship with your local media. And here are the different guides for, you could do radio interview, a letter to the editor, a press release, a media advisory. And letter to the editor, it doesn't just have to be for your local newspaper. It can be for your school paper too. So the activities section under broadcasting and print provides the opportunity to create a PSA, which is another great opportunity and another great activity, really, to highlight the power of your voice, especially the youth voice. And before I kind of explain a little bit about this section, I do want to share with you a PSA that was created by Sharyland Pioneer Student Council.
We are the Sharyland Pioneer High School Student Council.
Don't let social media and peer pressure influence you to use e-cigarettes.
1 out of 4 teenagers use e-cigarettes all across the U.S.
7 in 10 teens are exposed to e-cigarette ads every day.
How can you help?
Be a positive influence to others.
Don't fall into peer pressure.
Say no to vaping.
Report social media posts promoting vaping.
You can be the change.
You can change a life.
It all starts with you.
Don't let e-cigarettes wash away your life.
We are the Sharyland Pioneer.
All right. So PSAs could be a great class project. If your school has video announcements, you can show them through the televised morning announcements, or they can be submitted to your local news station. This guide and workbook right here walks you through the process of creating a public service announcement. And if you want to submit it to local radio stations or local news stations, it has all that information in there for you. And so, instead of filming a PSA, if you were wanting to put something on the radio, you can audio record and submit it to a local radio station. And I will open up this guide and workbook because I do want to give a shout out again to several local youth groups who have done a lot of this work. They've provided, a lot of tips and things that they have experienced making, working with radio stations and local news stations much easier. And you can find a lot of information in all of these guides and workbooks. And something else that you can use on our website if you're looking for, if you, are struggling with, a topic per se to create a PSA, is you can go to those downloadable handouts that we have on our resources page, and you can use those to help decide, do we want to focus on vaping prevention? Do we want to focus on a smokeless tobacco PSA? There's a huge variety of what you can do. So this section right here is all about elected officials. So this section is perfect for youth advocates and youth groups who are ready to take their efforts to the next level. This section can also be incorporated as maybe a supporting activity for a government class. Within this section, you're going to find tips on how to connect with state and local elected officials, how to craft your message, and then how to share that message with the decision maker. And a lot of times, people get nervous when they hear the words elected officials because they think senators or representatives or congressmen and women. But a lot of, especially youth, don't realize elected officials are city council members, judges, superintendents, sheriffs. There's a lot of local elected officials that they can learn how to work with and create a healthy relationship with them to further their tobacco prevention efforts. So, this section really is all about creating a support network that can change policies or programs, whether it be in a school setting or a community setting. It really highlights public health issues like tobacco and provides possible solutions as well. So, whether you're a community youth group who wants smoke-free parks or you're a school youth group who wants to update their school's tobacco-free campus policy to include e-cigarettes, this section is going to help guide you as you prepare to be a tobacco prevention policy advocate. And just like all the others, you can just simply click on here and you can download whatever template, guide, anything like that that is available. Here's our events webpage, and this main events webpage is going to connect you with several events that we host, including our Say What Action Summits, which are one-day trainings focused on tobacco prevention. They're hosted regionally. We host 5, maybe 6 per year across the state. These are led by our teen ambassadors, so it very much, again, is youth leading and teaching youth. They have a big say in how we design and what we do during the action summits. Participants receive not only engaging educational information about tobacco prevention, but they also have an opportunity to network, meet new youth who are doing the same things that they're doing, and also do a local community service project and then receive hours for it. And this training is completely free. And so we do host them, like I said, each year. They are during our springtime. Another big event that we do that this webpage will connect you to is our Texas Tobacco Free Conference. And let's just go visit that webpage really quickly. I will say, the Texas Tobacco Free Conference registration is still available. It's going to be held July 26th to the 29th in San Antonio, Texas at the Hyatt Hill Country Regency. And we're very excited about this conference. We're going to be able to provide a variety of educational breakout sessions, not just led by teen ambassadors, but also led by a lot of experts in the field of tobacco prevention, as well as tobacco prevention policy. They'll get to plan project tracks that they can take back to their school or community. If you'd like to download an agenda, you can do that here. If you'd like to learn more information about registration, you can do so here. We also have scholarships available. You can request for a scholarship here. So definitely come back and take a look at our conference webpage. It's coming up, and we hope that you are interested, and we hope that you will register a youth group if you have not done so already. Let's go back to the events page, and I'm going to scroll down to Texas Tobacco Free Kids Day. So this is a statewide day of awareness that we host in conjunction with Campaign for Tobacco Free Kids National Tobacco Free Kids Day, and so, we host a variety. We encourage youth groups all across the state to host a variety of educational projects centered around encouraging young people to live tobacco-free and also adults to live tobacco-free. And underneath it, we have a calendar of awareness days. So sometimes planning a project, it can be a little difficult to decide what it is you want to do. So we have a list of some really great awareness days for each month of the year. If you're looking for a little bit of inspiration, you can come here on this page and you can see what you want to do, maybe for the month of October or April, So definitely want to be able to utilize that page as you plan some wonderful projects. One of the last pages I want to take your attention to is back under the About page, is contacting us. So here you can contact us. You can contact us through this email right here, or you can join our email list. That way you are up to date on all of our kits, any new events or trainings that we have going on. Join our email list so that you know everything that we're doing. Okay, so let's check out how to become a member. This is our login page where you can create your youth group and you can join. And this is the online platform that I had mentioned earlier in the webinar, where we've created this online platform to connect youth groups all across the state. This is the portal, I guess you could say, to where you enter into that. So there's a video that will kind of explain, it does a good job of explaining what this particular membership is. And I just want to play that for you so you can get an idea.
Does your group want to make a difference and help people live healthy, tobacco-free lifestyles? Say What is the resource for helping youth and adults work together to make tobacco history. And txsaywhat.com makes it easy to get connected to other groups, resources, and training opportunities throughout Texas. Groups and group leaders earn points and badges that can give you access to awards, scholarships, and more. Leaders can easily create projects, request free mini-grant kits, and report back on how your project went to earn points for project leaders and your group. Find out about upcoming events and register your group for fun, peer-led training opportunities to help people live tobacco-free. All you need to do is create a group and invite leaders. Just fill out some basic information about your group, set up your user account, then invite other leaders using their email addresses. Every group must have at least one youth and one adult leader to start earning points and badges. So get the group leaders you invite connected as soon as possible. Once your group is created, you're ready to help Texans stand up, speak up, and be tobacco-free all across the Lone Star State.
Alrighty. So we don't, one of the wonderful things about, being a Say What member is that you're going to have access to all kinds of wonderful things that the Say What program offers. Like I had mentioned, the mini grant kits, and shout out to the staff at the Texas School Safety Center who have been helping put together our vaping prevention kits. We have about 300 of those kits available, and I will tell you, 300,000 pieces of whatever fills up a hallway really quickly. So thank you, Texas School Safety Center, for helping us get that together. Very grateful for that. But anyways, becoming a member, it connects you to a variety of things. It doesn't just connect you to educational resources. It connects you to other youth groups across the state. You get to see this long, forever going list of different projects that have been done by other youth groups across the state. It allows you to be a part of a local coalition. It really bridges the gap that we want to ensure happens, so that everybody can get together and see this group in El Paso has done this, and this group in Lufkin wants to do the same thing. Let's reach out and see how they were able to do that. That looks so cool, So it really provides the opportunity not only to scroll through and see the different projects that are going on, but to connect with each other virtually. Send kudos back and forth, like this looked like a great project, congratulations on a successful event. They can upload pictures so that people can actually see, what was done, what the project looked like. It really is a wonderful community. It's an online community, it's an online coalition, and it really does provide a lot of support needed for youth groups who are wanting to get involved and wanting to do more, but are not quite sure where to start. It's good to see what other youth groups in the state are doing. So, with that, I'm gonna stop this. All right. Okay. So with that, we've got plenty of time left for some questions. I see that we did have a few questions come in through the chat. So while everybody, if you'd like to come up with some questions and put them into the chat box and we'll address them. But I did see, the question how we can share these videos directly within different platforms. Like I said, if you just visit our YouTube channel, you'll have access to all of those videos. Also, will a recording of this webinar be available afterwards? Yes, it will. So after everything is over and the webinar concludes, you will receive follow-up email asking you to complete a survey about this webinar, and then also instructions on how you can find where the recorded webinar will be. But I can also show you where the webinar will be. Give me 1 second. I can take you back to that website. So you'll just go to online trainings under resources, and here's our webinar section. And our previous webinars will all be housed here. So we'll just wait another minute or so and see if we get any more questions. While you do think of some questions, I will mention something also that we're currently working on, with coronavirus and everything being canceled. We did have to cancel 4 out of our 5 action summits this year, and we're incredibly bummed. It's one of our favorite events that we do. A lot of hard work goes into it. So what we will be doing is we'll be hosting a virtual summit on May 9th. And so definitely be on the lookout for more information about that. If you are not a part of our email list, I do suggest you go to our website and click that join email list button so that you get information on how to register for that virtual summit. And it will be as close to an in-person summit as possible. Participants will receive vaping prevention education, which will be facilitated by the teen ambassadors. We'll do a little bit of project planning, have a little bit of fun, the best that we can virtually, and then call it a day. It'll be 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Let's see, Sandy is asking how to properly edit the resource. Yes, you could just forward and share them. That is fine. Yes, JP, I see you're asking, is the plan to still have summer conference still scheduled? Yes, we are still having conference. Right now there is, well, I don't want to say there's a backup plan. I don't want to jinx myself. We have a backup plan, but yes, conference is still a go in person. The date for the Don't Wait Advocate training modules will be available for the 2021 school year. When those are all available, you'll receive email notifications. So that's why it's really important for you to join our email list if you're not. This is a great question from Sherry Phillips. If our organization was registered in the past but hasn't participated in a while, do we register again? Sherry, my advice to you is to reach out to us. Here's our contact information again. Please email us at that email address, and we can look to see, depending on how long ago your youth group was active, they may have been deactivated. So for instance, if the group was created in 2017 and nothing was done since 2017, we may have temporarily deactivated that group, but it can be reactivated as quickly as it was. So if you have questions, if you are not sure if your youth group is a registered youth group, anything of that nature, just give us an email. We'll look into it and we'll let you guys know. Okay, Dolores would like to change the name of your youth group. All you have to do is log in. We'll go back to, it'd be easier if I stop sharing the PowerPoint and take you to the website. So all you have to do is log in here. And when you log in, you will be taken to your normal group page, and you can edit that information yourself. If you're not sure, just give us a call and we can walk you through it step by step. Or you can just simply email us at that email address. Right here, I'll take you back how you can contact us. Just simply email us, txsaywhat@txstate.edu, and we can help you out as well. Crystal, great question. Yes, so all of our youth groups who attend a summit get an additional points within our login system, within our member portal area. And yes, they will get an additional 2 points for attending the virtual summit. And the point system helps us identify, it kind of ranks the different groups within the login member portal side of things, where you can see if your group is top performing, like I believe VCOT is like the top performing high school group. And then RFMS SWAT from Rockport is like the top performing middle school group. So you can see where you rank. Elizabeth, thank you for your question. You're asking if you have to have kids attend. I think you're talking about, if you're talking about conference or our summits, yes, we highly encourage to have youth being attended because it is created for youth. It's all about a youth prevention program, but you can reach out to us individually if maybe you're just, if you have other questions, we can work with you. Definitely reach out to us. We're getting a few more questions. Yes, so if you are Say What member, that upcoming virtual summit will be added to the group page for the upcoming events on the member login side. JP is asking, any quick tips for virtual presentations to schools with everything going on? That's a great question. You know, I think trying to make your presentation as interactive as possible. Get creative. I know whenever we meet with the teen ambassadors, I like to use Zoom because it gives me the opportunity to do some fun polling, like this or that questions, like, you know, or like a what do you like in your hamburger? Cheese, mayo, lettuce. You know, I don't something fun like that. You could do a fun little like a 30-second share with something fun going on in their life. You know. And I'm assuming that's if you're presenting to youth. So the best advice I have is just because something is virtual or online doesn't mean what you would normally do in person cannot be put into practice virtually. You have to get creative, think outside the box, and have a little fun with it. I hope that answered your question. You're welcome. Well, I just want to give a really big shout out to all of our youth members that are watching, not just youth members, but their sponsors. So all of our youth groups that are watching our webinar, you know, you guys really do so much hard work, and we're so proud of all of the work that you all are doing. And also teachers and principals and everybody who's working together to really educate youth about the dangers of not just vaping, but tobacco products. And so, you know, I hope that you will come back and visit the webpage and that you will take that online training and that you'll utilize all the resources that we have to really further your efforts, because you know, I think when we all do something together, our voice is so solidified. It's just so much stronger when we don't. And so it really does take all of us to be in it together. It takes all of us to do tobacco prevention. It takes all of us to create the first tobacco-free, nicotine-free generation. And so, you know, with that, we will sign off a few minutes early. But if you have any questions, please contact us at that email. And you all have a wonderful day and enjoy your afternoon.